Hey guys, what's up? Rob Esposito here, MTFU Podcast number 4. It's been a little while since we've sat down with you and had a chat. I originally had a guest on, and our schedules have been conflicting a lot, so I had a really hard time finishing up the 5 E's of starting something the right way. So I'm going to finish it up for you, and I'm going to continue on with some good topics throughout my tenure here. I guess I don't know if you want to put it that way or what, but if you don't, it's fine. Whatever. So let's talk about execution, which is the 5th E in the 5 E's. Execution is a verb. I really like to define these terms and kind of really look at the definition of what it means, black and white. A verb is an action word. You guys remember that from school. So you think action, you're executing and you're taking action. So you probably heard that a lot. Taking massive action. I hear that all the time. It's the hardest part. Once you get a plan going, you get everything set up, and actually pulling the trigger is the hard part. So that's what I'm doing here. We've kind of stalled, and I've been making excuses, and I'll be the first one to take responsibility for that. And I want to make sure I execute and do my best to help out anybody who needs it. So I'm executing now the plan, right? The plan is to get this podcast going and share some cool information that I feel is relevant to your success in most any endeavor. So execution, right? Execution of our plan, our engineered plan. So I'll read you the definition to give you an idea what the different terms are for, or the meanings, excuse me, for execution. So to carry out, accomplish, to perform or do, to inflict capital punishment on, put to death according to law. So we're not going to kill anybody, but the one I liked here, though, is to produce in accordance with a plan or design. So I think that fits our 5 E's very well. We're executing the plan, so we're going by design, essentially, right? And obviously, along the way, there's going to be some ad lib stuff like we're doing now. Not always according to plan, but always executing, always moving forward in some way. Then the last one is to perform or play. So a piece of music is the example. I like the word perform when you're executing, a play. So say you were talking about sports, you're executing a play. The better you get the execution of that play, the better the play is going to work out and have that fundamentals built. So the manner, style of a result of the performance. So that's important to keep in mind as far as execution goes. When it comes to fitness, obviously I got a background in fitness, and I do that on a daily basis. The execution of a certain lift, the execution of a certain workout is just as important as the workout itself. So how you're doing it is super important. And you always want to fine-tune things. I always think about training sessions, and today I have like 7 different classes I'm doing, and I'm trying to make each and every one better, and trying to look at how I can improve upon each and every one. And I have, and obviously it depends on the group I'm training at that point in time, and how to make that group get the best out of that session as possible. And that's sometimes it's difficult. Some groups mesh well and they flow well. Some groups are all kind of in la-la land, and they're not understanding what's going on and how we're going to execute the plan, the workout of the day, right? It also reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. And I'll read this to you guys. One of my favorite coaches of all time, and you may have heard him, Vince Lombardi. He always said to his guys that we'll chase perfection only to catch excellence. So, constantly trying to refine and improve upon, what you're doing. Whether it is, you're doing back squats one day at a time, every day of the week, you're a squat and every day program. To make every rep better is to chase that perfection. You're never going to get perfect, great, but in the meantime, you're going to catch excellence. So I always resonated with me. It always made a lot of sense. So it makes me want to focus more on what I'm doing at the moment. Execution's a mindset. Having a mindset to pull the trigger, to actually go forward and do things. You got to be an action person. It's an action word. You can't use the word unless you're an action person. If you're willing to step out and do it, then you can't use the word, right? You got the plan in place. Like, again, I've been slacking off with this, making excuses, right? I'm executing. I'm an action person. I'm digging into my skin for a long time, and here I am executing. doing my best, right? Actually, with execution, I also think about process. We tend to spend too much time thinking about the product, the end result, and not thinking about the process. And the execution is the process. When you're executing your plan, your daily success plan, your personal success plan, your own system of success personally, which I try to help out. I have some online coaching clients that I help out with them to try and develop their own personal success system. And the system is something that you follow, and that's your process. Every morning you wake up, you have your rituals in the morning that may be a part of that process. You have your little workout of the day. I have my 4-pillar group. Every day I give them a little mini workout to do just to kind of get the blood flowing in the morning. So that's the process that they're following. And you have to make a choice to fall in love with that process, no matter what it is. So, for my weightlifters, we just got back from nationals. I got one lifter, Katie's doing a really good job, and she is falling in love with the process. I mean, she has her bad days, but most of the days are good days because she's throwing her weight around. She's really enjoying what she's doing. So she's made a conscious decision to fall in love with the process, and that's super, super important. Anybody who has any success in anything is going to come up against adversity, and the people who take that exit, the easy exit when the adversity comes, are the ones who don't get what they want. The ones who keep going down that long, tough road are the ones who eventually come out on the other side, and they're like, okay, this is where I wanted to be. But I end up liking driving on that rough road, and I had a good time doing it. Recently, one of my guys in my 4-pillar group, Sheree, he sent me an article about Jerry Seinfeld's secret to success, or not necessarily secret, but the system that he used that kind of got him writing often and put a lot of content out. And content's important because you should put your thoughts out there in space are good to have, and it's a legacy and all that stuff for a writer especially. So his thing is don't break the chain. I'm actually going to share on the webpage here a download to download this calendar, and the calendar is essentially just 1 through 365, and the idea is to set whatever the benchmark you have for the day, and to do that every single day. So you put an X to that day, and throughout the days, your X's create a chain, and the idea is not to break that chain. So the article is pretty interesting. I'll share the calendar I downloaded with you guys, because it's a good thing if you have a little goal. And the easiest thing to do is to keep the chain going with simple execution on a regular basis. So execution, most of the time, this is my personal experience, has been an issue because I tend to shoot too high or give myself too much to do, and then once that thing becomes overwhelming, which normally it is because I set the bar for myself too high, which is a good and bad thing, I don't execute. So the daily execution needs to be something simple, so you can't say no to it. You can't be like, all right, well, I'm not going to shower today, it's just too much. You're going to shower because you want to be clean, first of all, and it's not that big a deal to take a shower. It's what, 10, 15 minutes tops? Ladies may take a little longer. So that's the shit that gets me moving and get me in the right path. More so lately, especially with the small things daily, and that's the 4-pillar group that I have right now. That's what they're working on, simple stuff daily to get them momentum built and just getting in the right space for the day. One thing I really like about execution is, like I said, that whole love the process thing. E, the hip hop preacher, if you guys haven't seen him and stuff, he's got some really cool stuff out there, and he's got a lot of great energy, and he's a grinder. He's one of the guys who sees his vision and what he wants to do, and he may not have shortcuts to get there, but he's gonna dig and claw his way to get where he wants to get, and he's becoming very popular, and he's got some great stuff out there. One of the ones I liked that he talked about was lions. Everyone's talking about lions going beast mode and killing a gazelle and tearing them apart. He talks about the real lions, the real beasts are the ones that enjoy the hunt, that love the process, right? Lions are tough, yeah, when they have to be, but the ones who are the real beasts, the ones who are metaphorically speaking, the people who are the beasts, who are going beast mode, are the ones that are loving the process, that are loving getting up early in the morning as much as it sucks. We all got that resistance. I want to hit fucking snooze every day when that clock goes off at 4:30. Matter of fact, I did today. If you look at my Instagram, I put the workout up I was going to hit today in the morning. I put it up 10 minutes later than I usually do. I hit the fucking snooze button today. I woke up and I was a little upset about that for myself, but still was up at 4:40. So as much as that the whole week's been good, and I didn't hit snooze at all. Today I did for 10 minutes. So I got 10 minutes behind, and I already started in a kind of a bad place, but I executed my plan. So far, so good today. So this was a part of my plan. I have appointments coming in, and I got not a lot of time in between, clients and other shit I gotta do, walk the dog, feed the dog, all that crap. I had to get this done. This has been weighing on me for a long time now. So here I am executing, trying to do what beasts do, as E the hip hop preacher would say. Again, it doesn't have to be hard. I think the biggest mistake people make is making it difficult. Start simple, build momentum, get the ball rolling according to your plan. So that has to be worked in your plan. You're engineering your plan, to do the right things. Most things I see in the gym setting, in dietary setting, is people try to do everything at once. They get all gung-ho, and the little bit they do today is not enough. They want to do everything, and then it's just overwhelming and it's too much, and that plan is just is a failure to start because it's just too much for one person to handle. That's something new. You're building a building, right? You got to get the fucking foundation dug out first. Then you get the concrete in, then you do all that stuff, right? Well, the people who fail at the execution are the ones who are planning to put siding on the fucking building before it's even put up, right? So kind of think of it that way. Get one step at a time, and your engineering of that plan has to be involved with that. Try and make it simple. Simple, consistent action daily is going to get you and me what I want. What I want is to help as many people as possible perform at their highest level, believe in themselves, man the fuck up primarily, because I look around this world and I see just laziness, and I fall victim to it too, and it boils me, right? It boils me up inside that I allow myself to fall out of who I want to be. So I'm trying to execute my plan to be the person that I want to be, and that is a person who doesn't back away from adversity, right? The obstacle is the way. It's a book I have been hearing about for a long time. I have in my queue to listen to on Audible, and so I'll definitely be sharing with you some points upon that. But that's it for today, guys. Execute your plan. If you got any questions, like topics you want me to talk about or hear my opinion on, again, I'm not an expert on this stuff. I get, they tend to say that if you read more than 10 books on a subject, you know more than 90% of the people. Well, if that's the case, I guess I am an expert, but I don't like to think of myself because I'm, even when it comes to training, I've been doing this for a long time. I still don't know shit. There's a lot to learn, and I'm willing to keep learning more and help as many people as possible. So, again, you guys got questions, you want me to talk about stuff, you want me to give you some ideas, I got a lot of cool stuff I want to talk about, I want to help you out. So let me know. MTFU on a regular basis. Wake your ass up and get after it. Later.